Hey, how's it
Hey.
going? What's going on there, Bestie? How you been?
Good, good, good. How have you been?
I am good. I'm a little tired. I had a long weekend. I was in Midland, Odessa, with Joanna Ray and Stephanie Montiel and the Texicans. So
Fun.
they kept me busy. It was one of those things. So but it is what it is. And it's just that it was. I mean, Midland, Odessa is not too far from here, but it's just the sun, the heat, and it's one of those things, and so that's kind of what happened. So what did you do for your weekend?
Beeville for some Texas class promotions. They do a lot of kickboxing and stuff like that. That's what that event is. So I had the honor of singing our national anthem, and it was just amazing. There's something about seeing all these sweaty men just beat the crap out of each other.
Oh no, we're not going to talk about the firemen again.
I mean, there might have been some firemen there. I don't know.
Well, we know the medics are going to be there for sure.
The medics were right there, but they were females, so
Yeah, no, but I mean it's cool. I mean, you know what? Um, I've done this before with a lot of people. People don't realize that we're one of the few countries where we have our national anthem for a lot of different things. We're very, very patriotic that way. A lot of countries they don't do their national anthem for hardly anything. And we do it for like a lot of sports events. We do the Pledge of Allegiance, and a lot of other countries don't do that at all. You know, and so they're like, y'all Americans are kind of weird. you know. So it's
just a little bit, right? But that's okay. Weird is good.
Yeah, well, that's what makes us who we are, I guess, and it's one of those things. But yeah, people don't realize that we do that. But no, so we got Mike and Di. They're logging in right now. I know they're having a little trouble with their
Yay.
browser, but that's okay. It happens. But yeah, we'll get them coming on today, and so we're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff that they got going on, their new music, and where they're going to be performing and stuff like that. And I'm really excited about that. They have such a great sound. That's kind of really, one of the things that I'm really, I'm hoping to find out what's gonna happen next. And stuff like that.
Yay. Yes, no, I had the huge honor of getting to see them perform. It was for Tejano Roots this past year in January. And it was my first time ever getting to experience the live show, my first time ever hearing Demery sing live. Of course, I've always seen her stuff on social media and stuff like that, but this was my first true experience, and they are amazing. I was completely blown away. It was an incredible show. So I'm looking forward to talking with them and seeing what they have going on.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, we got Daniel in here. Big D, how are you doing, brother?
Hey,
Thank you so much.
Daniel.
Always supporting. Thank you so very much for being here, man. I really do appreciate it. He says good afternoon, and it is a good afternoon. 8 o'clock, the sun's still up. What is up with that? And we got Madison Pulido that's joined us, Rick Valderrama as well, and Sean Zambrano. I hope I'm saying your name there, Sean. I hope I'm saying it right. And then, my favorite name in the whole wide world, Patricia Archuleta Fincher Mancini. I love that name. So yeah, but the show was so good. It was so awesome to see the show because of the fact that they Stephanie has got an electric show. And, if you haven't had a chance to see her, you need to go see her. Big shout out to my main man, Bumper Gomez. Hey, Bumper, how are you doing,
Hi,
brother?
Bumper.
Well, like I said, we got Di and Mike that are going to join us today from Mike Gonzalez and the Iconics. Let's go ahead and run that promo while we get them on the stage. Okay. It was like this. And they're here. Hey, I know I said the sun was up, but it's not that sunny, brother. He's got the glass. How are you guys doing? Thank you so
How
very
are
much for
you?
joining us here.
Hey guys.
How are
How are
you,
y'all?
Hilda?
We're doing good. Thank you so very much for joining us. Joey Fuentes says, Cubo, how are you doing?
Awesome,
Nice.
awesome.
Nice, nice. And also the buddy over there from Dallas, Texas. Shout out from DFW.
I see
So,
that. What's
y'all
up?
guys, so we are excited. Hopefully y'all had a good weekend. How was the weekend for y'all?
Weekend was good. We were down in the valley. Actually, we were Friday we were in Lockhart, which is around the Austin area, and then Saturday we did a private down in the valley. So we just drove into San Antonio right now.
Like literally 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We're like, okay, we gotta log on. Like we don't have any time to do anything else. So
Oh no, I'm sorry. I apologize. You should just call, man. You know, that you could just let me know, girl. You know that. You just it's I,
I
I'm,
think
I'm
last time something happened. Oh, something
I think you were sick. It was one time you were sick,
and I was like,
and
no. So we rescheduled it for later on during the week, and I was like, I can't do this again. Like the video that we've been saying that we're gonna go on. So
well, I had to redo the video because somebody goes, "Hey, dude, we're excited about Mike and the Iconics, but what day is it going to be?" And I said, "It's going to be on Monday. Why?" And they were like, "Because your video says the 11th, and that was yesterday."
Oh no.
So I redid it really fast, and I'm like, okay. Well, I did it like at freaking 2 o'clock in the morning. I was all tired because I'd come in. I was like I was saying earlier, I was in Midland, and the Stephanie was over there, and then I came home. I mean, we stayed the night, but then I did some stuff there, and then by the time I got home, it was late, and I was working trying to catch up and everything else. And then when I did it, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was just sitting there all this other stuff that I do as well. I was so tired. I didn't even catch it. But it did say Monday. It just said Monday the 11th. So
11.
people were like, which Monday are you talking about, bro? So anyway, that's cool, man. Well, we're glad that you're on the show. I'm really excited. Hopefully we get some stuff going on. Bumper says he's already chiming in. He says, Mike and Di, I know you, those guys. Yeah. Bumper, I think you know everybody, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to Vic, shout out to Bumper and WeChat, Bumper's Wacky Wednesday.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, well, she's a special person, man. And Bobby
Yeah,
Castañeda from California, he says, saludos de Califas, everyone.
nice.
Hi Bobby.
From California.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great, And one of the things we wanted to talk about was, y'all's where y'all were gonna be and where y'all were at. And y'all guys are gigging quite a bit, man. And that's really the great thing is that y'all have some great music, and y'all are all over the place. And that's one of the really exciting things that y'all get to share the music with the crowd, with the people. And we're always talking here on the show that in order to support your artists, in order to support Tejano music, you got to go to the shows. You got to go to the shows, and you got to buy the merch.
I agree.
And I'm really big on that, and I'm a proponent for that. And Ilda and I were big supporters of music, new music, any kind of music. Good music is good music. That's all there is to it. And we want to share that with the. I think that's why we're so successful on the radio as we are, because we like to share the music and everything else. And so I'm really glad that y'all guys are here. And so just real quickly, what do y'all have looking forward into the future here recently? Because I know y'all guys are scheduled for Las Vegas, which I'm really excited about because
Yes.
I'm going to be there as well. Because
Awesome. Hilda, are you going too?
I'm sorry.
Is Hilda going to be there too?
No, unfortunately I'm sitting this year out.
Oh no, girl.
But don't worry, I'm sure someone's going to be streaming, so I'm going to have to log into that live stream with me.
Well, Lawrence, you're going to go. You're going to be there.
I'm going to be there, and this time I'm going to talk more to you than I like your hair. So
The last show, he said that I guess obviously we hadn't been walking together. Was I walking by myself?
no, y'all were walking down the hallway one way, and I was going the other way. And I was like, "Hey, I like your hair," but I was so tired I couldn't really concentrate on anything, and so that's why that's all I could muster. I couldn't remember. I was like, and I'll get them next time. And then I just ran out of time, because I try to get as many interviews as I can, try to talk to as many people as I can, because that's the time to get some
Yes.
conversations in and stuff like that. But for me, I try to, I'm getting pulled left and right and all this other stuff. And it's kind of like with the radio gala. When I did the radio gala, I did 27 interviews at the radio gala
Wow.
this year.
That's
And
good.
That
That's
is
really
good.
good.
I know, but man, I was like, why am I so out of breath? Oh my gosh. It was like so bad, but it was when I started cutting them, it was just a lot of interviews and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But you want to give everybody an opportunity and a platform for them to talk and to
absolutely.
share their music.
Right.
And that's what it's for.
Yep.
Rick Valderrama says, Mike and Di, what's up, family?
Rick, my
Happening.
brother.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
Rick.
We
Rick.
love Rick. We love our brother Rick.
Yeah, we were. I spent a lot of time with Rick in Las Vegas as well. He's a good friend of mine. I'm always hanging around with Rick, and so that's one of the cool things.
Rick is fun in Vegas. You
Oh,
hang
yeah.
out with Rick in Vegas, and you're all good. You're gonna have lots of fun.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
did you do interviews in Vegas?
Yeah, I'll try to get some quick interviews just so that we can put it out for people that can't make it, and just get some, because everybody has stuff that they're saving for Vegas to
Right.
share,
Right.
and
Make,
so
make sure you pencil us in.
I will most definitely. I will definitely get there.
I got you.
Because I try to make all the booths and stuff, so that way you don't have to move away. But then
Right.
also, like, I think when I came by y'all's booth, y'all were signing autographs and stuff, and so I don't want to intrude on that experience for people, because some people, they go out there and you don't want to intrude in that. But if I catch you like on an open time, I'll slide in there and, hey, let's talk real quick. Yeah, you have to. Some of them you just don't get to, and it's just one of those things. I caught David Farias, and then from David Farias, I went and I talked to Isabel Marie because she was like close by. And then David called me back and he's like, hey, get over here. I got some more stuff to tell you. And I was like, okay. So I had to run back. And then I was going over to y'all. And then y'all were doing somebody. And I think Epi was close to y'all, Epi and his mom. And so then I went over there, and then Maricela. And then y'all guys got busy again. So it kind of works out like that. And so that's one of the things. Yeah. Bumper says, why is Lawrence's camera so clear? I can see what he's thinking. Yes. Lawrence is a computer genius. He wants to throw that out there.
It does. It actually does look good. I was gonna say
It does.
Star Wars lights back there. Those look cool. We need to get some of those.
Well, for those that know, I do make music videos.
Yes.
I do make music videos. I am a videographer, and so I do have a lot of equipment, and I've been on radio for a long time. I do have equipment. So, and
the clarity on your camera, you look.
I do
lighting and stuff.
I do have a computer science degree, among other things. So there you go.
Now it makes sense.
I didn't just walk in off of the cotton fields and stuff to get the microphone and stuff. Gonzalez says, hi, guys. Hi, Di Marie, and hi, Mike. We got the, so guys, this song that you guys got out, tell me about the song. Everything that y'all have done so far has got the Moss flavor, and it's wonderful that y'all stay within that wheelhouse, and that's really wonderful. And it's difficult to do because you're trying to stay true to who you are and to the flavor, but
that was one of the main objectives when I spoke to Salomon, who helped me produce this album. I got with Chris, our keyboard player, Chris Perales from Corpus. The objective was we got to stay within the Jimmy G camp, but we can add our twist and our flavor to it, but it's got to have that flavor, you know what I mean? So they did an amazing job with it.
Yeah.
That song is La Única Mujer, was written by Mr. Joey Fuentes that was just on here. I don't know if he's still on or not, but
yeah, it's in there.
it was written by Joey. It's a beautiful song lyrically, you know what I mean? It's doing very well on radio. And as a matter of fact, we just had Joey up on stage on Saturday singing with us.
Oh wow,
amazing singer too. So
Well, when you have somebody who writes it to help you interpret the song the way he intended it to be, that always is a plus.
Yeah,
That's definitely a plus.
for
And
sure.
just to cut in here real quick, Vic Gonzalez, he says, "Hey, I want to meet Rick Valderrama." Well, of course,
Wow.
In
Rick,
Vegas, in Vegas.
yeah, right. Beat him in Vegas. Rick says Lawrence has a makeup. Hey, I'm not. I don't have a makeup artist.
That's what it is.
That's just that's
Oh, come on, Lawrence. It's okay. You can let everybody know.
Lawrence always
It
looks.
always
What
looks
is this?
good.
What is this on Lawrence Day today or something?
They got you. They got your number today.
All right, Lawrence. Oh, you know what? We're this is true. Lawrence is also making movies. So Rick and I, we are in the midst of collaboration. We are making a movie called the first independent film that was made by Hispanics here in Texas was Amor Chicano in 1972. And Rick has a close tie. His father was help create the music for it, and so he has a close tie to it. I have a copy of the original movie. I got it now. It's an independent film. It's rough. It's from the '70s, so it's bell
Yeah, yeah.
bottoms and big hair, and some
It
of
was
it.
a great movie. It was a great movie.
But I've had to alter it a little bit, but I'm still staying true to the core of the story, and I've rewritten it completely, and I've written a script, and
Wow.
we're right now in the midst of the whole finalization and everything. Hopefully, we'll have something that we can share, and it's a labor of love. I've actually written about 17 scripts, but this one's
Amazing.
that
That is awesome.
yeah, but this one's the one that I'm really proud of, and I'm really hoping that I mean, it'll come to fruition, but we want to do it right. We take our time to do it right, and we don't want to rush
That is
anything.
awesome.
But that's one of the things.
Congratulations.
So, thank you so very much. But no, we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about y'all guys. And stuff like that, right? So, I don't even know why we keep doing this, but where y'all going to be playing next? What's coming up with y'all? What's coming up next?
So this coming weekend, we are going to have a rehearsal for the Las Vegas show. So that's a special one out there.
Mhm.
And then the following weekend, we fly to Chicago, Illinois, to go perform out there for the weekend. And then that's what we have. The first weekend of July will be in the Houston area. So, like you said earlier, there's plenty of work. I believe I only have like mid-November open and half of December for the rest of the year. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
gracias a Dios, it's been working. It's been working out very well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Norma
So
Salazar from Holland, Michigan, saying hello. And
nice.
Betty Ann, she also says hello, everyone. That's really
Hi.
good. Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
And Vic says, can't wait to see your plans for the Vegas show. Yeah, that's right. Y'all guys are so well. I've never had the opportunity to see y'all live. I got a chance to see the last part of your set at Fanfare,
Oh, okay.
but it's because I kind of overstretched myself because because I brought my camera equipment. I'm like, I'm going to take video here, take video there. And, I get caught up sometimes, and Hilda knows this. We have,
We won't go there, Lawrence.
we, I, we did this show together, and we had all these artists, and Hilda's singing, and I was pulled away, and I had no video of Hilda. Everybody else I had video of, but none of my best friend. And she's like,
Wow.
"Ooh, where's
What a
the
friend.
video?"
Video, pictures. But he sends me that
What a
message. Oh, sweetie, don't worry. I'm sending all the video and videos that I shot from the event. I'm sending them out in the hour. So I'm there waiting and waiting and waiting. And then he tells me, "Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't get anything from
I
you."
was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't get anything." I was like, "I'm sorry."
Wow.
It was horrible. I felt so bad. I was just like, I was not. I didn't intend it, but that's what happened. So
And then there was fanfare. What happened at fanfare at the radio?
I was interviewing a lot of people we were supposed to take pictures, but I got so caught up, and then I went and shot because Sevi's, I mean, Texas Latino is the 30th anniversary. So I went to film Sevi. That's the only time I was going to have was after the Radio Gala. So I left there to go shoot Texas Latino. And I had just gotten there and now here I am with my equipment and it costs a lot of money
Yeah.
and it rained.
Oh no.
Yes.
Yes.
We were there. We actually got to catch like the end of Texas Latino's show, I believe.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
I
that's
want to say
right.
that's the same night Signo was playing on the main stage, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And
he started
it
pouring.
That's right.
was like, I was like, oh my God, man, it was so bad. But
Yeah.
I got it. I got it. And it's just that it was tough. And so anyway, it's once again the mad adventures of who I am. I don't know.
Mother Nature, you can't. You
I
won't
know
beat her.
you can't. You can't. So
You
but
won't.
anyway, why are we talking about this? It's like I don't know what to say. You keep throwing me off. It's like,
Oh, let's blame Hilda, right?
you're right. It's Hilda's fault.
No.
It's fine.
I
It's
love it, but
Hilda's
you know
fault.
what? This past year when we did a fanfare, that was the first time after I don't know 2015 that we recorded the live album at during Fiesta.
Mhm.
So they had gotten rid of that stage, and so this year, this past fanfare, they brought that stage back. So when Vino was like, "Mike, I want you to play on the under the bridge," I was like, "All right." So as soon as our intro started, I don't know if anybody saw it or not, but I bowed my head. It broke me down because well that was the last time I was with my father on that stage, you know.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I remember Roddy came up behind me, patted me on the back, and was like, "You got this, man. Like just do it." So it was a special one for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So the
that's
attendance was amazing too. You know, so
yeah, that's gotta be kind of telling to have that constant reminder because
right,
it's so tied to how y'all worked together for so long.
right.
It's one of those things. Yeah, I can definitely empathize with that. Having that.
Yeah.
I understand.
So
Right, you're feeding back, sweetheart.
Who is?
You are, sweetheart.
Ooh.
There you go.
okay. Yeah.
So, Jessica Montiel, she says, "Hi, Mike and Di. What coming projects are do you have in store in future albums?"
So all right, let me take over this camera here. No, so we just started working on our next album,
Mhm.
and con este we wanna have a couple of collaborations, but like I want Di to sing and have a collab with someone else. I want our lead vocalist to have a collab with someone else, and it's gonna be it's not gonna be totally different, but it's gonna be something y'all are gonna enjoy. You know,
Yeah,
uh, it's not necessarily gonna stay all Tejano. It'll be Tejano, but I've reached out to artists in other genres of music that I want them
Mhm.
to be a part of the. So it'll be it's gonna be good, you know. So, but hopefully by the end of this year, we'll release the other album. So
yeah. That's that's one of the things that I tell people is like I I sometimes I catch myself asking that question. Well, is it going to be out, next month and stuff? Because that's kind of really tough because people don't realize how hard it is to put music out
yes,
because there's so many different factors that go into it. You got, the writing and then you got the producing and then the mixing and the remixing and, then you got the musicians and all the different instruments and everything else. And not everything falls into place like it's supposed to. And so it's not a fair question to say, well, it's coming out. Yeah.
yeah. Lawrence, with this album that we put out, we put it together in 3 weeks,
Wow.
and that was going to go work on the weekend, come back, and we would spend, I mean, hour after hour after, and it was just I tip my hat off to Salomon Ramos. He's the bajo player for Grupo Control,
Uh,
and because I would go to bed at, I don't know, 4 or 5 in the morning, right after working, whatever. And he'd be like, I'm just going to do a little bit more. And I'm all right. I'd go to sleep, wake up at about 10, 11 o'clock, go back into the studio, and he's still sitting there. And I'm like, hey, you need to go sleep. And he's like, I can't because I'm in the zone.
So yeah,
But man, I tip my hat off to Salomon. A lot of people know him as El Monstro in the Valley, and now I know why. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that guy's just amazing, amazing. He's got an amazing talent to produce, to arrange music. He's es un monstruo, you know.
right. No,
So
that's good. It's good. I mean, it takes a lot of people to create this, to
yeah,
create the sound, to create the image, and you know, um, I always tell people that we have on the show, the artists, when they come on, I always sit there and say, I envy you because of the fact that the music that you create, the music that you put out there in the world, people are going to fall in love to your music. People are going to
right,
get married to your music. People are going to hold hands for the first time to your music, to
Mhm.
kiss for the first time to your music.
yeah,
They're gonna they're the kids, the young kids, their elbows are gonna touch in front of everybody. And my elbow touched hers in front of everybody for the first time. To your songs. It's a wonderful gift. That the music it lasts forever, and it
yeah,
resonates, and music is eternal, and that's a beautiful thing to be a part of. And hopefully with shows like this and like bumpers and it's Tejano time, that we can share that experience, and people get to appreciate it more and understand that that's why it costs what it does for people to come on out, because they don't realize the long hours that it takes to practice, and the money that it takes for equipment, and for a drum
right.
set isn't $20. A drum set's $1,000.
We were just talking about that. I
Yeah.
was like, man, we were at a guitar center in
uh,
New Braunfels, and I called her over like, come here, I want you to see something, and I showed her the prices on cymbals. I'm like, look how much these things are that. And then there's people that, well, no, he's a jerk because he doesn't lend me this and this. But look how much it costs. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You break it, you're just gonna walk away. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
But no, that's $400 or $500 that I got to replace. You know what I
And
mean?
that's just a
And
symbol.
that's one symbol. So
yeah.
it ain't cheap. So yeah, going back to
Tell them how much your drum set costs. Tell 'em. Go
no,
ahead.
No, we don't want to say it that way because
you
people
know,
are like, how much?
You just say about $1,000.
it's
Oh,
not. I
Yeah,
I paid 7,000 with a 75% off.
yeah, I believe it.
So you know what I mean? It's not, you know, but yes, going back to your comment about you gotta pay, you gotta support, the merchandise, you gotta buy CDs, you've got to, whenever we have a weekend off, hey, let's go check out whoever's in town.
mm,
But we won't call anybody to, hey, let us in through the back, or hey, can you put us on the list? Like, no, we'll pay to go see you all, even though we can be the best of friends. But I'm gonna pay to go see you and
yeah.
everybody. You know what I mean? Todos
Mhm.
ganan. That's what it's all about. Everybody's got bills to pay.
Yeah.
Everybody spent on fuel to get there. I mean, hotel rooms. It's not cheap. It's not easy. But it's what we love to do.
It's yeah, it's what we love, and I completely understand. I make it a lot of trips to San Antonio, and I don't. I mean, I live hundreds of miles away,
Mhm.
so I know what it's like, and I understand. It's just that sometimes we forget. We forget because it's easy. You
Yes.
know, we forget
Yes.
because it's easy. The ease of use, and a lot of people in San Antonio, they have all of these groups there,
Yeah. You're
and
right.
here I live in San Angelo, all these hundreds of miles away. We have our talent here, but we don't
Right.
have nearly as many groups as y'all do down there. And so it's one of those things, And
And everywhere like San Antonio, yes, there's a lot of groups, but like in the Valley, there's a lot of good bands down there that people have never heard of.
that's right.
Y no les dan chance, you know what I mean? Because okay, we'll give you a break, but we go back to we'll give you a break, we'll give you a time slot, but you come for free.
Yeah.
Like we ain't gonna give you, and it's like, well,
It's hard.
it's a it's a flip of a coin. What do you do? Do you go? Do you not go? Do you you go to the Houston area? Houston has a lot of talent. Dallas, everybody has their own section, their own style of Tejano music, which is awesome. But again, it's not cheap. But there's a lot of talent out there that hasn't been discovered.
That's my goal really, is to bring the people that I know, the artists from here, from West Texas, bring them down to South Texas, and bring the people that I know from South Texas, bring them up, up
Exactly.
here, and hopefully create a nice little movement there, because
Yes.
it takes an effort, and I'm not going to say that I'm hugely successful, but I've done my share, and but that doesn't mean I'm going to stop. I'm just going to keep making that effort, and it'll work. It
Yeah,
takes
for
time,
sure.
it takes effort, but you keep doing it. And I'm Karen Cowan, and one of the things that my grandfather used to say is that you live forever on the lips of people that you affect, and so it is how you are going to be remembered is by what you do, not by what you say, but what you
Yep.
do. And so hopefully, you
That is
know,
awesome.
I will lead by, because I do live my life in the hopes and prayers that my children will be as proud of me as I am of them. So that's really how I try to do it. So it's one of those things. Real quickly, Rebecca Denise is in the house. Hey, how you doing, girlfriend? Thank you so very much for joining in. Also, Keith Leo. Hey, he says saludos, Mike, Di, and Lawrence. And then
Nice.
Puro Pedo talk show. Guys,
Saludos.
Yes.
they joined us here. Yeah, that's cool. There they come in. Oh, J.R. Gomez is in the house también. So that's yeah, guys. Thanks a lot for joining us here. Um, I just, it's good that y'all guys are there, and sharing the music, and you know, that was I share a story about Jimmy that I love sharing. He was the only person, because I had a club here in San Angelo for 5 years, and we could put 800 people in the club here in San Angelo.
What was it called?
Uh, it was the library.
Okay.
It was a 2-story building,
Yeah.
and that's how people know it. They know it as the library. But he was the only guy, the only artist that he would tell me. I would say, he would tell me, "Hey, Lawrence, I'll do it for this much," and I'm like, "Man, I don't know, man. That's a lot of money." He goes, "I'll do it for the door," and he was so confident that he knew he would take it at the door. He just knew it. And I was just like, "No, man, you're gonna make a lot of money at the door, shit."
You gotta give me what you're asking, right?
Right? Yeah.
No, I mean, it was a great deal. I mean, every show was a great show. He was just a great guy. He was always friendly to me and easy
Yeah.
to work with and stuff like that. But you got to haggle, in this business, you got to haggle, and
Right.
that's all part of it. But I had plenty of respect for him, and I knew that, it was just out of fun, because that's the kind of person I am. I like to joke around and stuff like that. But in the end, we both walked away hugely satisfied, and it was always
And that's what it's all
yeah,
about.
yeah, it was always a good
And there
relationship.
was something I learned from him was you gotta keep it business throughout the whole thing. From when you're talking business, from you're on stage, you're performing, you're until you're done, and then now we're all the same here. Now let's have a good time, and you know what I mean. But it's there were so many things that I learned from him, and for example, like that, a quick story. We played in San Angelo, as a matter of fact. I can't remember the name of that other place, but we were doing a tour together with this other band, and um, my dad was always one like, let me open up. And promoters would always be like, no, sir, because I know that you're going to play, and then that's that. The next one's not going to like.
Yeah,
So we show up to San Angelo, and the other band is like, hey, San Angelo's my area. So I'll open up, and you all, like Jimmy, you open up. We'll close the show. My dad's like, okay, let's do it. And
yeah,
I'm not gonna exaggerate this one, but there was maybe about 600 people in the club when we started. right? I mean, we were playing and we were like, wow, it's played, finished. We get off, we clear our stage, we go back into the club, and I'm not exaggerating. There was maybe 15 people.
Yeah, I believe it.
Promoter was like, dude, like, why would you do this? Talking to the other band, and no, well, we usually pull here, and well, yeah, but you're going up against this dude. Like, there's no way, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, lesson learned.
Yep, that's why I tell you, Jimmy would be like, "Nah, give me the door," and I'm like, "No, dude, that's why he always asked for the door." Because I was like, "No, dude, don't go that way." Right? I know why you're asking for the door because you'll kill it, man. But
You
no,
know, he was a businessman.
yeah, yes, he was
I
bumper
got
at
I got to see that end of it, and a lot of my friends, musician friends, would tell me like, "Hey, your dad back in the day he was an a-hole, like," and I'm like, "My dad, like, there's no way." This guy's always joking. There's no way, but promoters would tell me like, "Your dad was mean, man.
Mm.
Like, you didn't mess around with Jimmy or with Grupo Mas. That was one of those things that you just wouldn't cross that line." But when I got to work with him, I mean, it was about laughing. It was about loving to be with one another, to perform on stage together, you know what I mean? So whatever they saw back in the day, I mean, that's with them. You know what I mean? I saw a totally different man out on the road for 20 years. So
yeah. Well, with me, he was just. I mean, because I didn't. He had a dry sense of humor that he did have, but it wasn't.
right.
It wasn't rude to me. I would always laugh at everything anyway, so it mattered to me. Bumper asked me, "What is your favorite Tejano podcast?" Well, it's yours, Bumper. You're my favorite Tejano
There
podcast.
you go. Bumper flash.
There you go, Bumper. You made me say that
He
on my
asked
own
what's
show.
Right.
ours. I think he's asking what's ours.
He just
right?
got a free plug, is what he just did. Nice.
That's what
Nice.
Vic
Good
says.
one,
Vic says Bumper Gomez is trying to advertise his
Yeah,
show.
I told you. I told you. Raza. That's
Yeah.
Raza right there. Block him.
It's okay. It's okay. You know what? As long as we're helping each other out, that's all that really matters.
That's what it's all about.
It's no skin off my nose, right?
So,
No, that's cool. You know what? I'll tell you another funny story. When he came to play at my club one time, he's up there playing and everything else, and uh, uh, I was busy with the making sure the beer is stocked and and all this other stuff and making sure everything's running smoothly and everything else. But I kept hearing your dad going, "It's the girls gone wild. It's the girls gone wild." I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Well, there was a lady that was up front and she kept flashing. And then I was like, "What the hell is he talking about?" I asked my security guard, "Is something going on?" And he's like, "I don't know." And he looked and he's like, "Holy shit, there's a chick that's flashing him over there." I was like, "Let's go ask her to keep the shirt on, would you please?" And it was a jean shirt, and you could only see the JI, and that's all you could see. Because she wasn't youthful. And she was particularly well endowed in Racist area. So
wow.
it was bad because the guy standing next to her was going.
But now he's turned looking that way like, what?
Right.
I was like, "Oh my gosh."
Wow.
What about Tejano Talk? Tejano Talk is a good one too, bro. Hijo. All of these guys.
Thank you, Bob. Thanks.
I
There
thought
it
you
is.
were my favorite. Hijo, everybody.
Now you're in
Yeah,
trouble.
that's it.
Now you're in trouble.
They're all chiming in. A good friend of mine, Orlando Cardenas, here from San Angelo, Texas. DJ69 says, Puro Tejano. He says, Mike Gonzalez and the Iconics. I got to see them in Midland in April. It was an awesome show. The real deal, Puro Tejano. So
Awesome.
we got some fans there, man. And yeah, you did, guys. I help out young singer Joanna Ray, and she says that she's gotten a chance to see y'all like 4 times, and she's just like, just every time that she gets an opportunity, she comes out and sees y'all because she
That
just
is
loves the
awesome.
show, loves the music, and that's really good. And when you're inspiring other singers, and just for the musicality of it all, because of the fact that it's such a tight musician wise, it's a tight group. Yeah, guys are really, really tight. There's no lacking anything. Everybody's in the pocket, which is
Right.
very, 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 very. It's a compliment for those people that don't understand.
It's a
They
huge
are
compliment.
so in beat. They're so in time. You can't pick apart this band. This band is in time, and I've only heard them perform like 3 or 4 songs live. But from what I've seen, like when the music videos and stuff like that, I've never been disappointed by from what y'all have done. That's really a testament to the hard work and effort that y'all put in.
Yes.
So,
And,
kudos.
and, and all of that noise comes from the off stage. We're able to sit around and joke and talk about problems and help each other out. And it becomes a tight family. You know what I mean? So when we go on stage, we're looking at one another and we're just vibing off of each one of us. And it's just, we know when we're there, like, okay, it's over, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and that's really good. And how hard was it for the transition to once your dad had passed and to make this transition to carry? I mean, I know carrying it on is not a difficult decision, but to keep, because I mean, keep moving forward. That's a big vacuum that you have to fill.
yes,
You know what I'm saying?
yes,
And your dad had a lot of emotion that he carried with him. That you also have to. It's a chasm, a vocal chasm that you have to fill. And so
right.
it's not an easy job. Nobody's going to replace Jimmy. We all know this.
Yeah, 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 exactly. So right after his passing, we took or I took about a year off, not mentioning music, not it was just dealing with what had happened. And then I sat with Miss Marie here, and we started talking about, let's put a band together, let's honor Jimmy G here. She mentioned some musicians that she would use on her with her band, so we called them up. I called up Chris, and he was all for it. So getting together, playing this music at the beginning it was very emotional for me. To these guys, well, they're just playing Jimmy G's music, like hell yeah. But to me, I was like, well, I don't want to. I told the guys I don't want to go 80%. I don't want to sound 90%. I gotta sound 100%. The only element that we're missing is Jimmy G. You
Yeah,
know, there was some promoters that we would play. Well, it doesn't sound like Jimmy, and I'm like, man, don't you think that if I could find somebody that sounded like Jimmy, he'd be, it's not gonna happen. It'll never happen. So I had to. Oh, we had to overcome some of the negative stuff that no, well, and but again, gracias a Dios, business has picked up a lot. And now the ones that had the negative comments have come around and, oh, okay, I get it now. You weren't trying to be Jimmy G. I mean, you're paying a homage to him, but it's still your own. Obviously a new vocalist. Obviously, I got someone playing guitar, but it's we've been at it 5 years, 5 years now, and with the exception of that one year with the whole COVID situation, and that just parked everybody.
yeah,
But it's been a rough ride, and now we're starting to see the how do you say that, the
yeah.
the
It,
Fruits.
fruits of the labor, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
it's come to
And
fruition.
yeah, so it's starting to show all the hard work and all that. Now it's starting to pay off, and here it is. So hopefully it can just get better from here. So
Definitely, and I understand. I mean, it's a good thing, and but the musicianship it definitely shows, and I think that it's coming around, and it's given. I mean, I think that has a large. It speaks volumes in why it's been as successful as it has been, and
right,
so and it carries on because it lives through. And like you said, paying an homage is there's nothing better than that, and so.
right.
Let's go ahead and take a listen to one of the songs that y'all did do. This one is called "Te He de Querer Toda la Vida" from Mike Gonzalez and the Iconics here on Cubo Radio. That's Il de Lamas. This is Indio. That's Mike Gonzalez and Di Marie from Mike Gonzalez and the Iconics here on Cubo Radio.
Ya me contaron que andas diciendo que yo te gusto, que soy un tipo que puedes presentarle a papá. El problema que no querías hablar conmigo, porque tenías miedo que yo no sintiera igual. Pero hace tiempo que yo también quería conocerte, y por la mente cruzó que fueras nuera de mamá. El problema que no quería hablar contigo, porque tenía miedo que tú no sintieras igual. Pero ahora que sientes lo mismo que yo siento, vamos mi vida, este amor a disfrutar. Yo te prometo que de quererte toda la vida, y sé que tú también me vas a querer igual. Conocerte, y por la mente cruzó que fueras nuera de mamá. El problema que no quería hablar contigo, porque tenía miedo que tú no sintieras igual. Pero ahora que sientes lo mismo que yo siento, vamos mi vida, este amor a disfrutar. Yo te prometo que de quererte toda la vida, y sé que tú también me vas a querer igual. Y sé que tú también me vas a querer igual.
Hey, see, I could do that. Let's
Like
change
it.
this around. There we go. That's better. That's
Oh,
better.
Nice.
Yeah, now you can get y'all in the full screens. The magics. I got all the magics. So y'all guys, we're talking about this next album. Y'all are going to be reaching out and doing all these different kinds of things and everything else. And that was one of the things that I liked about this song. The reason I picked this song was because of the fact that it's definitely a throw. It's a modern throwback. It's got
Yeah.
it's got some of the key elements that made Moss its deal, did it, but dun dun, and the
You're right.
whole, the
You're
little,
right.
it was the little nuances that make Moss what it was and what it
Yeah.
is, and so it's awesome that y'all stay true to that. Not a lot of people, because see, I'm wearing this
Oh, Janie's record shop.
Nice.
Janie's record shop, so I do a lot of research and everything. Found out from Janie's record shop, the Z's in Moss were actually copied because they wanted to have the Moss name kind of like Kiss, because they wanted it to look like Kiss, and that's where the Z's come from. And so
That's it.
I was like, see, a little bit of nuggets. Always good to do
Yeah.
some research. Read people. You got some money at home, put it in the books. Thieves
Yeah.
won't steal books. So
There you go.
but
Hence the two Z's at the end of Iconics as well.
yeah, there you go. So I was going to mention that just a second ago.
Yeah.
But so Rick is a good friend of mine. Like I said, and Rick mentioned to me that you did a duet with Rick on his song, and what was it? Vive lo nuestro.
Vivir lo nuestro.
Vivir
Yes.
lo nuestro. And so, who would you want to do a duet with? Who would who, if you had your choice, who would you want to do a duet with?
No. I don't know. There's so many artists that I would love to do a duet with. I'm a huge Intocable fan, a huge Duelo fan.
Uh-huh.
So I definitely want to do a collaboration. Ben from Solido,
Mhm.
which we've been talking about doing a collaboration on this next album. So who knows? It's a surprise, right? You don't want to let the cat out of the bag.
No. I'm just, it's good to, because you never know who's listening and who's going to watch, and then they can say, hey, you know what? That's a good idea. Because if you don't ask the question, it won't get an answer. Now will it?
Absolutely.
So that's the deal. Bumper says it stands for the two Z's in Gonzalez.
There you
in
go.
my humblest opinion. And that's a good answer there, Bumper. But mine's accurate. So
Oh.
yeah, just kidding. Here's it. I was just kidding. Don't listen to me, Bumper. I'm just playing, brother. I'm just playing.
Image that they wanted it to look like Kiss. The Z's from Kiss is true, but the Z's did actually come from the two Z's in Gonzalez. So you're both right.
There you go.
No, it's fine. I'm just picking up Bumper. It's just one of those things. And he knows I'm just kidding, and I'm just joking around. It's just in fun. It's not meant in any horrible way. I preach love, not hate. I'm a lover, not
There you
hate.
go. Monday, take it easy.
Right. It's just a Monday, so, but no, it's it's good, to put out there that you want to do collaborations, because you never know. There's always people that, I when I interviewed you, Di, I mentioned how I loved your music and everything else. And actually, when y'all guys came here to San Angelo, a good friend of mine, Chris DJ Energy, he played some of the music that you had from when you first started out, and I
I
did.
played my video too on the screen, so that was pretty cool on the TV.
Yeah. And so, I was like, hey, that's cool that but that's wonderful, that love of music, that fans have that. Have you ever really thought about that though? Have you thought about the impact that y'all have on people, that listen to your music, and has that ever occurred to you that, people do fall in love to your music? People do fall in love to,
Yeah.
to your songs? Does
Yeah.
that,
And
does that
it's
ever
a
hit you?
beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I've had people, there's a song on my first album. Gosh, what is that? I can't even. Es una locura is the name of the song. And two people have actually sent me videos where they've gotten married to that song. So, and then they'll call me for their anniversary, like, can you please come? And actually, in July, I want to say, what is it, in July or August? I have a special. I have to go to their anniversary party,
That's
and,
cool.
and I'm gonna sing for an hour. But they specifically asked, "We want you to sing our wedding song." So that was their song. So yes, it is. I mean, if you sit back, I don't think we actually embrace it until somebody really like you right now talking about, how do you feel or how does this make you feel or do you sit back and think about it? I don't think we actually sit back until somebody actually mentions it or sends us a video and says, "Man, look, this is how this made me feel." And even Mike, your music and your dad, takes us back, so we get into those moments when the time comes, when those people come, when we're talking about it right now. So I mean, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Music, like you said earlier, music is a beautiful thing. I mean, you can go from having the worst day, turning the radio on, and your entire day is completely changed because you just feel so much better, listening to music. So, and that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it and why we love it so much. And us as creators, I mean, I love to write. And I know we mentioned that I love songwriting and I write from my heart. I write what I feel. It's usually not like good things, it's always like desamor or somebody made me mad. I'm gonna write this song about you, you know?
Knock on the door. Who it be? My landlord. So I kill my landlord. Kill my landlord.
No,
Wait,
no,
wait, wait, wait. Where did this sound come
Wow.
no, not like that. But music comes from the heart. It comes from the
Yeah,
heart,
I
whether it's
understand.
about love, whether it's something sad happening,
Well,
somebody.
that's what ties us in. We all suffer human emotion that separates us from the animals, and the emotion is what ties us together. And and it's wonderful because of the fact that uh, uh, in my experience of the music videos, and making the music videos, people hear songs differently, and they take different uh, 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 meanings from the songs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And see, as a native, I learned Spanish, like as an adult. I didn't speak it as a child. So I kind of have to listen to it and stuff like that. And
Right.
so I've heard songs where I'm like, oh man, this is a love song and all this and that. Yeah, this one's gonna fit for this show. This is definitely a love song. And I'll ask my wife and I'm like, hey honey, this is the love song, right? And she's like, not even
Mm.
close. I was like, hold on. She says amor like 5 times in this damn thing. She's like, nope, not even close.
I love it all. Yep, yep,
I was like, coming. So, but
yep.
yeah, it's but people do take different meanings from it. But they all extract it from there. Bumper says, "I fall in love with tequila every time I hear Iconics jam."
So do I.
There you go. That's a good. I guess I could empathize with that. Yeah, I always wanted to know what agua de papaya means.
Really long.
She says, she says no. She will give you melon. Hey, Dios mío. I
He wants to
read that.
know.
Bumper, you can go to bed now. Thank you for joining
I
us.
just read that one, didn't I?
Yeah.
Read it out loud, just like that. Thank you so very much, Bumper. That's really.
Wow. There he is. Oh, I was like, oh no, he's back.
I didn't even catch it until I was already halfway there, man. I was just like, hello to the Iconics, putting out great music. DJ Ramon Gomez. That's that. Thank you so very much, man. Thank you so very much. Uh, Veronica says, saludos. Had the pleasure of seeing you in Angleton last month. Fantastic show. Thank you so very much for taking the time to talk to Benny Padilla and myself. It was awesome meeting you two.
Yes,
So,
for sure.
Awesome.
and
For sure.
Frankie, yeah, Frankie Newsom says, "Que pasa, raza?" Frankie, yeah, he's LF Productions. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So, thank you, Frankie, for joining us, man. I do appreciate that. I'll share with you this quick story about music. When I was in the military, and we're out there playing GI Joe and doing our thing. Um, in my time when I was in the military, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have anything. So we were completely dependent on, the military. They had an 18-wheeler that they would wheel around that was an actual satellite truck that you could make phone calls with.
Wow.
But you had to be in the right location when it was there. And my unit, we were constantly deployed, so we never got around the truck to make a phone call. So it was just letters. But I was always gone, so I never got my letters.
Mm.
And when I was overseas, my wife wrote me a letter every day, but I never got them until I got on the plane coming home.
Wow.
So we did mail call, and so they gave me this stack of letters.
Wow.
It's 18 hours to fly back because I flew out of Egypt, and it was 18 hours to fly back, and I read every letter
Wow.
that I missed. But the music, I had a Walkman. My wife had a Walkman. She got one for her birthday when she had like 16, I think. But that's what I had, and I had 6 batteries. And whenever I had a chance, I would listen to music to get me away from everything, to just get the craziness out of, just to get my mind out of the craziness. And that was my only escape. In the craziness that existed was music. That is how powerful it can be.
Yes,
Absolutely.
I agree. I totally agree.
So that's my, and that was my motivation for creating the radio station, was the military, because I am a veteran, and so I created it for my soldiers. And then they were asking me about, get people on there. And five
That
years
is awesome.
five
That
years
is,
later, we got 98,000 people listening to us. So
that's
That is
cool.
awesome.
Thank you for the service.
Yes, absolutely.
oh, thank you. I didn't say that so that you would know that, but it's
Yeah.
just, it's a story that I like sharing because it really is. It's a powerful thing, and it's wonderful
Yes.
to be
I
talking to people that create the music.
Yeah.
So
you
just
know yes, and to add to that, there's times that we play, and once we get off stage, and you know it's mainly myself and Di that'll go to the merchandise booth, and people come up and want to take pictures and whatnot. And I spoke to a couple in El Campo, which is by Houston. We did a festival out there, and they were like, your dad, I mean, they were married many years, but they're like, we went to prom together, and your dad played,
oh wow,
and that was back in 78, 7. And I was like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about? Yes, your dad played at our prom. I was like, wow, that is awesome.
Yeah.
There was another gentleman in Dallas. He showed up with a contract for Grupo Mas, and it was for like $600. And
wow.
I was like, wow. He was like, this is when they first started. And I mean, it was barely holding on, you know what I mean? But they'll perform for $600. And I was like, wow, man, it's awesome porque, again, the whole music thing, I've had people tell me, I don't consider your dad's, the Mas, I consider Tejano music. Like, okay. But what your dad did to cumbias and what he did, I don't consider it Tejano music, because to me it's a story that he's telling. It's not even a cumbia song to it. Like, I'm listening to a story, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I relate to it. And there's songs that take me back to my dark times, and he helped me get out of there. And in times when I met my wife, and when my firstborn, and I'm like, wow, that is beautiful. That's amazing to hear these stories, and they're happy to be able to tell you, you know what I mean? Like, look, man, like, you don't get it. Like, this is what this song did to me, and which is a beautiful thing.
It's very true, and it's wonderful to have that emotional connection because it's very much there. I hear some of the songs that I listened to back then, and I can still smell the sand. I can
Hey,
Yes.
still I can
It
yeah,
takes you
yeah,
back.
yes.
it takes me back. I can still smell the
Yeah.
horrible army coffee. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I can taste it still. It's still like in
Oh,
the back of the throat somewhere. It'll be there for the next 20 years. I think it's just horrible. But no,
Wow.
it's one of those. Amy Sala says, "Hey, Snoopies."
What's happening? Shout out to Amy in Edinburgh, Texas.
She's our sister from the valley, from the ninth.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I hope that's
that's the word that goes around down there, Snoopy's.
Snoopy. Okay, because I was like, I didn't. They said it. Is it another thing that like bumper dropped in on me?
Yeah, no. No, that's the word.
Well, there's another song that I wanted to play that y'all guys did. That's once again, it's a true testament to the musicianship that y'all have, and it's one of my favorite songs that y'all just recently put out. Is that Te llevo en mi alma. It's a great song.
Yeah.
Just give us a little bit of background on that song, real quick, and how did it come to be?
So Te llevo en mi alma, we recorded that back in, I want to say 2008, maybe 2009, I believe. And that one, Jimmy G wrote that song. So when we were getting the material for this album, um, I was playing the music, the stuff that we had recorded with my father to get inspired on what to pick for the album, you know. And while I was in the middle of all that, that song started playing, and I was like, you know what, I want to do this song. I want to record this song, but I want to put our twist to it once again, you know. So sat with Salomon, and Salomon, this is going to be not only the title of the album, but so that's going to be our next single after La Única Mujer. So that's going to be our third single we release. We are going to work on a video for that as well. So it's a little different from the original that we did with Jimmy G, but it's we all enjoyed recording it. I love it. I love hearing this song, you know, this version of it. I love both of them, but this version being that it was, you know, the Iconics that put it together with their ideas and with their but yeah, this is Te llevo en mi alma, the album title as well. So hope you all enjoy it.
All right, here it is. Te llevo en mi alma. Philip Leal says, "I'm ready." There it goes, just like this here on Cuba Radio.
Cómo se pasa el tiempo, todavía pensando en ti, recordando esos momentos que pasaba junto a ti. ¿En dónde te encuentras tú? ¿A dónde te has ido? Te escucho muy lejos, pero siento tu calor. Desde que te fuiste tú, me he quedado tan solo. Me paso la vida llorando por tu amor. Yo le pido a Dios que un día contigo pueda yo estar. Fuiste todo en mi vida, no te puedo olvidar. Te llevo en mi mente, aquí en mi corazón. Yo sé que estás conmigo, donde quiera que yo estoy. Te llevo en mi alma, dentro en mi corazón. Yo sé que estás conmigo cuando escucho tu canción. ¿En dónde te encuentras tú? ¿A dónde te has ido? Te escucho muy lejos, pero siento tu calor. Desde que te fuiste tú, me he quedado tan solo. Me paso la vida llorando por tu amor. Yo le pido a Dios que un día contigo pueda yo estar. Fuiste todo en mi vida, no te puedo olvidar. Te traigo en mi mente, aquí en mi corazón. Yo sé que estás conmigo, donde donde quiera que yo estoy. Te llevo en mi alma, dentro en mi corazón. Yo siento tu presencia donde quiera que yo voy. Te llevo en mi alma, aquí en mi corazón. Te miro en mis sueños, yo siento tu calor. Te llevo en mi alma, aquí en mi corazón. Te miro en mis sueños, yo siento tu calor. Te llevo en mi alma.
There you go. Te lleva en mi alma. That's a great song, man. It's
Yes.
just, and it's like I said, it just follows that musicianship. It's clean, it's classy, it's classic, but it's still got that modern twist. It's still, it's that's the one thing that I love about the new movement that is in Tejano music now. It's the advancement of the genre. Uh,
Yes.
you know, uh, Latin is a dead language because it never evolved. There's no word for microwave in Latin. It died because it never evolved, but it's still a basis for a lot of different languages like French and Italian and even German. But that's what we need to do is to keep evolving, keep moving forward, and we have to keep growing. We have to keep moving it, and people need to not need they don't need to, but they should accept the changes and not try to stay in the rut that is the older stuff. Accept
Right.
them. And that's what we hope to do. Am I wrong, Ilda? We try to push forward all this new music because there's so much good talent that's out there that deserves to be heard.
Yes. I agree with that. The 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 thing with that is you got to make sure that you give it your all when you're producing new music, when you're arranging a new song, when you're porque a lot of people, especially right now, this whole thing with the whole Frontera and Bad Bunny, and that's a big plus for the Tejano industry. Especially for them to come out and say they're a Tejano band. That's what they call themselves. So with that being said, a lot of these international artists are going to be looking at this industry like, okay, what can we do over here, being that it's the talk right now. So as an artist, you can't go out and put a half-ass song out
Right.
just because, okay, I got another single out, here it is. And no, because that's just giving us a bad name. And these people are going to listen to this and be like, there's no way I want to do anything here because, it's not, I don't want to say it's not worth it, but if you take the time, if you get creative with your arrangements and make it a beautiful song instead of concentrating on 10 songs and trying to finish in, you know what I mean? Concentrate on that one song. And once you're done there, move on to the next. But you start adding here and here and track 7 and track 4. And then by the time you know it, you already ran out of ideas because they're all over the whole album. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So that would be my only advice to any artist, period, is put it your all. Put your all into your material, into your production.
Yeah. So we got Vegas. We talked about Vegas. Vegas coming up. Y'all guys are going to be in Vegas. Give us a little bit of just kind of just a preempt on what kind of show that we can expect from y'all. What's going to happen on stage? What do y'all have planned, or is it, what are y'all going to put on for us? I can't hear you.
We'll see you there. We'll see you there.
We got you.
Nice. Nice. I gotta hear you guys. One of those. Okay.
No, you know,
Hey, I asked for it, right?
you learned that one from Bumper. No,
He's still the best show.
no. As far as Vegas, we're going. How do I put this? We're going to have special singers
Hmm.
attending.
That's cool.
How,
I don't even. I
there's
don't.
just going to be special presentations. You know,
That's cool.
so you really don't want to miss this. It's been we've been working on this. I would say since March, I believe, when we spoke to Mr. David Chavez,
Hmm.
and getting the show together and making sure that you know video aligns with the show. You know, it's just a lot of there's a lot of work that goes into this to
Hmm.
to make it happen. You know, so it's gonna be a special one.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a Vegas show. It's a big stage, and you've got to cover a lot of different, a lot of different elements. And I don't want you to give anything away, but just kind of as far as what we can expect, and that's cool. And it's wonderful that you have something that's just a little different because it's going to be a different crowd than what you're used to here in Texas. It's people come from all over for this thing, and it's
One of,
that's
my, one of the main things is that, I spoke to a Rocky, our accordion player, and he's like, Mike, a lot of these people that go to Vegas haven't seen us,
right.
because you got people from California, from Washington, from New Mexico, from Arizona, and we really don't get out there very much. I wish we did, So he's like, you got to understand that these people are paying money to come see our show,
Yeah.
because they can go on YouTube, they can, Facebook Lives, and they're watching us, and they comment. We read all the comments. We try to reply to all of them. So it's gonna be a big deal. It's a huge deal for us, Um, I want to say we performed there with Jimmy. I think I know it was 3 years consecutively,
Hmm.
and then I think one other year. So we
2014,
performed there.
2015.
Yeah, something like that. So being able to go back now and now it's on my own. Again, it's just it's all special to me.
Yeah.
I never thought in my wildest dreams that I'd be doing this, much less releasing an album under my name, or you know what I mean. That's just,
Yeah.
and I tell her all the time, like I don't, I can't, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Or hearing, my Gonzalez and the Iconics on the radio, and it's kind of like what?
Well,
You know what I
like
mean?
like here, I play your music here. I play Die's music here. I play all of them, and I cover 132 countries. That's my
Wow,
demographic,
that is awesome.
and
That is awesome.
that's those are real numbers. And
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
so they're hearing your singles, and so for those that make it to Vegas, they're gonna. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes,
And
for
I
sure.
understand. I understand that motivation. I definitely do. And like here, Norma, she's saying we will see you in Chicago and we will see you in Las Vegas.
Dale, Norma.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, I saw. I met her in Vegas. And Mingo,
Mingo.
Mariano, just tuning in. Saludos. Thank you so very much, Mingo. So I am sorry that you tuned in this part of the show because hold on. He wrote us a little. He
Ándale.
says, Mike, with the passing of your father in 2018, how was his relationship with Freddie Records, and I'm assuming he says were they supportive at during that time? Are there any recordings of your father that have never been released to the public? If so, will they get released in the public?
You know, the relationship they had. So back in '99, I want to say late '99, they started. They, as in Jimmy and Freddie Jr., um, porque my father tried talking to certain labels y no le daban la chanza. You know what I mean? They were like, no, well, you don't have your front man anymore. So there's just no and no. And, and my dad would say, se agüitaba, because, all this hard work for 20 years that you do building the name Maz, and then
He
it,
wrote
it
all
kind
the
of
songs.
it kind of just stops. You know what I mean? So, um, Freddie Jr. He reached out to Freddie Records. He got with Freddie Jr. and Freddie gave him the opportunity. So um, we recorded, I don't know, about 19, 20 albums with them. So, and 8 Grammys later, and you know what I mean. So it they gambled on us, on Jimmy, and it paid off. As far as the relationship at the end, they were still uh, um, together. Um, they were a part of the whole funeral arrangements. They were all there. The whole family was there. So they were, as my dad would call them, they were part of the family. And I thank them for that. I was able to I speak to Freddie Jr. Every once in a while. That album cover of Te en mi alma, I spoke to Freddie, and he gave me access to photo shoots that we had done before, and go ahead and pick your picture out for your album, and which is really really awesome of him, porque anybody, I think anybody else would be like, no, you know what I mean? Like, that belongs to me, and well, that's that. So, they're very down to earth. Like I said, I still speak to Freddie Jr. Every once in a while. But as far as material goes, there is material there. Um, will it get released? That's something that I can't answer that, porque I don't know if they'll give it to one of their artists to release, or you never know. You know what I mean? Maybe the Iconics will become part of the Freddie Records family. You never know. You
Never
never know.
know. Never
Yeah.
know.
So
Don't say never.
yeah, never say
Say
never.
never. Never say never. Rudy G just popped in real quick, and he's going to be up there in Chicago, where y'all are going to be at. What's up from Rudy G Gonzalez, RG Tejano City Limits Promotions in the house from Chicago, Illinois.
Nice. What's up,
Nice.
Rudy? We'll see you
And
in Chicago.
Mingo
Aurora.
says, thank you so very much for continued success to all of y'all. Real quick, and Ilda, I'm sorry I just kind of hugged up the microphone. I didn't give you a chance to chime in here. I do apologize there. But
He'll
we,
just like, I'm right here.
Yeah.
I'm
well,
still here.
he's like, remember, she's still steaming about the pictures thing. I know she is. Well, I can't hear you, Mihan.
I don't think she's playing a trick
that's
on
the
us.
dirty trick. We already did that
You're
one.
playing a trick.
We already did that trick.
I know, right? I think you think you're still off, Mihan. I still can't hear you. So sorry. But we've come to that part of the show where we give you the opportunity for you. You still there? No, I still can't hear you. Sorry. Corey, we give you the opportunity to go ahead and share whatever it is that you want to say. Send your shout outs and send your guys. I think everybody's stuck. Wow. They fell off. Can't hear you. Okay, guys. Well, I guess it's just me. So, thank you to everybody that's been here. Rick is still here. Thank you so very much, Rick. Well, I was going to give them an opportunity to go ahead and share their thank yous and everything else. Hopefully, they'll log back in order for them to do that. I am not sure. But I did want to say thank you to everybody that joined in with us, Rudy and Mingo and Norma and all of y'all that were here earlier. Philip, and I really do appreciate you, Philip, for being here. Frank, Veronica. Oh, there you guys are. You're back.
I don't know what happened
I don't know
here,
what
but
happened.
Everybody froze, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
yeah,
Well, anyway, I was going to give you a chance to go ahead and share whatever it is that y'all want to share, say your goodbyes, and don't forget to mention where they can get where they can get your merch, and where they can find out some more information from y'all guys. Okay, so here it is. It's Mike and Marie from Mike and the Iconic.
go ahead.
So you can reach us at on all digital platforms. Go out, purchase our newest album, Te Amo en Mi Alma. We're on Facebook. You ever want to talk to either one of us? Facebook, Snapchat. Mike's under Mike Gonzalez Iconics. Of course, everybody can find me under Di Marie. We have Instagram. We have TikTok. We have it all. So it's really easy to get a hold of us. To book the band, 956-204-5762. Again, 956. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
204-5762. And we're excited to be at a show near you guys. Again, we're going to be in Chicago, Las Vegas. There you go. I love it. There it goes. It's streaming on the bottom. So for bookings, contact this number below. And again, we hope to see you guys at a show soon. We love you. Thank you for your love and support. To our families, to my family, my brothers, my sisters, my mom. My mom, that's like one of my biggest supporters, follows me everywhere. Now follows us with the Iconics, selling our merchandise, and helping any way she can. So shout out to my mama and my dad. And just thank y'all. We love you.
Awesome. You took the whole.
I'm sorry.
No, once again, guys, thank you for supporting the Iconics music. Not only the Iconics music, but all of Jimmy G's music, all of Di Marie's music. In the near future, we will be adding Di Marie's music to our set. So it's again, thank you all for the support. I want to thank the band, all of the Iconics: Chris, Rocky, Arnold, Steve, Isaac, Di, Raul, management, Junebug, Gonzalez, which is my brother, to all my brothers, Henry, Cho, Euchre. Management is Junebug. He does part of it. Bumper does his part. Nicky Hernandez in the West Texas area, the Midland area, Odessa. He does that part of it. Frank T up in Dallas, Jesse Esparza, Mikey Mike in the Houston area. I mean, everybody does their part in getting us out there in your cities, So thank you all to G-Man, our sound engineer. This like she said, we'll be going to Chicago in 2 weeks. We'll be in Las Vegas, and what is that? 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
We're gonna be at Tumbleweeds too, Houston.
July the 1st. We'll be in Houston. This year for New Year's Eve, we will be in Tucson, Arizona. So we should be putting out a flyer here very soon. So Tucson, Arizona, we'll be spending New Year's Eve out there with y'all. So once again, Lawrence, thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
And it was great. I enjoyed it. Anytime you need us back on, let us know. We're all for it.
Shout out to Hilda as well. I know you didn't really let her talk. No, I'm just kidding.
You stole the mic.
That is not cool. It's true. It is true, but it's not cool. No, thank you so very much, guys, for joining us. I really do appreciate y'all. And I want you to know that this is your home. You can come back in any time. If you got any news or information that you want me to put out there to share with anybody, I'm more than happy to do that. Your music is always playing on the show. I play it. I play everybody's music. For those new artists that are listening in, if you have some new music and you want me to go ahead and take a listen to it, go ahead and send it to me, admin@qvillradio.com. .net. Send it to me and I'll go ahead and take a listen to it. I guarantee you I'll listen to everything as long as it's within the
Yes.
the standard. I will go ahead and put it on the air. Remember, you have to have an ISRC code that is for you, not for me. That's so that way you can get paid. I do have ASCAP, BMI, CSEC, SOCOR. I am a fully accredited radio station, 100%.
That is awesome.
So,
Yes,
but
sir.
with that being said, if for those of you that are having hard time, that are struggling because you are not feeling the best that you can, just remember, if you're struggling today, every day planes take off against the wind. With that being said, thank you once again to Mike and the Iconics, Mike Gonzalez, Di Marie, and to Ilda, my bestie. I'm sorry, Mija, where did you go? I apologize for hogging up the microphone. She's probably still mad at me.
Yeah.
Now she's gonna be madder.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, I want to wring your neck.
She's like, madder.
Matter.
She's gonna be very much more upset with you now.
I think it's a word, but we'll go with that one.
I like madder.
That'll work.
I don't know. I have 4 college degrees for a reason, so I don't know.
Matter.
Okay, well, thank you so very much
Urban Dictionary. No.
for all of y'all. Joseph, he just chimed in. He says, saludos de parte de tus nuevos amigos de Kenny Ibarra y los Vaqueros de San Marcos, Texas.
Awesome.
Kenny, thanks very much. Kenny, hey, send me your music, brother. I'll take a listen to it, man. I promise.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, and we're going to leave you with La Única Mujer from Mike Gonzalez. This is their current hit. Go out, stream it, buy it, guys. It's only 99 cents. Come on. It's not that much. You don't have to keep scrolling and looking for, mira, check it, look, oh, hold on, it's buffering. It's buffering. Look, if it's on your phone, you don't have to do that. You just play it and it's yours forever. It's only 99 cents. Look, if you can't complain because I see you every day walking around with a $7 cup of Starbucks.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
just buy the song. You get it. It's good music. Here is La Única Mujer with Mike and the Iconics. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you.
I'll see you next time. Hasta luego.
En esta cama vacía, en cual también tú dormías, solo queda una huella de ti. Vengo con el corazón herido, de rodillas te pido, por favor, déjame explicar. ¿Qué es que puedo hacer para poderte convencer que para mí eres y siempre serás la única mujer? Vuelve conmigo, ya no aguanto el castigo, solo me obligo a sufrir por no poderte tener. Oh, mujer, vuelve conmigo, ya no aguanto el castigo, solo me obligo a sufrir por no poderte tener, la única mujer. ¿Qué es que puedo hacer